Ms. Book?
Thank you, Your Honor. As you will see, there are no issues of fact here that would require proceeding to trial. Since the first public appearance of Jennifer Walters in her Hulk form, the public has unanimously identified her with the name She-Hulk. In fact, the name She-Hulk had not even been recorded in public discourse until that debut. We have a number of news items and broadcast quotes I'd like to enter into record. Simply put, the defendant is exploiting goodwill towards my client and her better-known cousin in order to sell her non-FDA-approved sham products. We ask the court to grant our motion for summary judgment and order our requested remedies.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I do reviews of movies, series and trailers, and today I will be reviewing episode 5 of She-Hulk. This episode sees Jane in a court case against Titania for the name of She-Hulk. Titania is suing her for using She-Hulk, and Jen is kind of saying that she used it first. Meanwhile, Nikki is trying to find a costume or better clothing for Jen. This episode was funny. I mean, some scenes went on too long and weren't really needed. They could have cut back on some scenes, but all in all, it was still good and it was enjoyable. And the CGI noticeably of She-Hulk has improved. It has really improved compared to episode 1 or episode 2. It was so much better in this episode. But then, when she's static, the CGI is very, very good. But when she starts walking, that's when you are going to notice that the CGI still needs some touch-ups. But all in all, the CGI has really improved. Also, this episode introduced us to MCU's Edna Mode, and when they showed the guy, I was like, oh my god, that's MCU's Edna Mode. He talks like Edna Mode, he acts like Edna Mode. And since both Pixar and Marvel are technically owned by Disney, no harm was done. So, well, it was really nice for them to introduce Edna Mode. It was nice. The cut scenes, the cut scene where those guys are just raining on Jen, that was very hard to watch. That was really hard to watch. I don't know how she sat through that. I just felt sorry and pity for her. It was bad. I mean, imagine if someone likes just a little aspect of you, and that aspect of you was created by accident, but then the real you, they don't really like them that much. That was a very touching moment. That was a very hard scene to watch. I felt really bad for her. The title scene changing from She-Hulk, Attorney of Law, to She-Hulk, made by Titania. That was very, very funny. That was so funny. When it came up, I just couldn't help myself from laughing. It was very funny. It was one of the few funny jokes that landed this episode had. The Chinese scene, the Boba Cafe scene, that was also very funny. And that was Nikki. I said Nikki was just very funny in this episode. She was the funniest character in this episode. She just owned the episode. The episode was better because of her. Jamila was also very funny and very good. I don't know how she did it, but Titania was both very infuriating and very annoying, and was also very likable, kind of. Maybe it was just me, but she just had that balance of bitchy but likable, and she was her lines in this episode were very good and she nailed all of them. The only little bit of complaint I had was I missed Jamila's natural accent. I love her accent and I wished I could hear it, but this bitchy accent actually works better for the character, so I guess it works. I just really love Jamila's real accent. At least I forget, but I've said it before, Nikki was an amazing agent. She is an amazing agent. Previous episodes, I've always wondered, she actually doesn't serve any significant purpose in this series before. Like prior to this episode, that's what I always felt like. You could take her out of an episode or a scene and to basically still work with her. So, but I'm so happy for this episode because this episode actually justified her being in the show. So I really love that, and she's an amazing agent and a very good friend. That elevator scene was so dumb and very stupid. Why would someone that makes costumes for superheroes, in quotes, actually believe that an Avenger would want to come to him to make a superhero costume and would send someone else? That it just felt unbelievable to me, because the Avengers, I mean, they have just see the members of the Avengers. They have Tony Stark. They have, even though he's dead, but they have Tony Stark. They have Captain America. People that have worked for Shield, billionaires, a literal prince of a kingdom. Why would they need to be coming to? Why will an Avenger leave all those his or her friends and come to you to make their costume for them in secret? I hated that elevator scene. I really hated that scene. That was, I think that and the courtroom scene was my worst scenes of this episode. Now over to that courtroom scene. With each episode, I get angrier at those court scenes, and I know there might be an excuse that it's just a silly and comedy show, but as someone that has a little bit of legal background, I know that's not how courtrooms work. And you can write a courtroom scene that is both funny and actually makes sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's stupid. Their courtroom scenes are very stupid, infuriating, and dumb. I hate the costume scenes. That's so annoying. Also, this is a little bit of a nitpick, but the teasing us of Matt, I see what they did there. You know, dropping hints of Daredevil. Yeah, that was nice. I actually hated it. I wished he came at the end of the episode, but that's what they did there. And in this episode, She-Hulk hardly broke the fourth wall. I love when she breaks the fourth wall. She's very good at it. And I think she only did it once or twice. She hardly broke the fourth wall. So I didn't like that. The character of this episode is Nikki. She was very funny. She justified her relevance in the show. She was a good friend, a good agent, a good paralegal, if you call it that. She was just amazing in this episode. The character of this episode was actually between her and Jamila's character, but I chose her character because her character actually moved the story forward, and because of her character, her looking for a costume for Jen, we are possibly going to see Matt in the next episode, so I chose Nikki. Originally, I gave it a 7, but when I started doing this review, I just realized how much those courtroom scenes and that elevator scene was very stupid and very dumb and just so bad that I decided to just take my 0.5 and I gave it a 6.5. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a like, comment on your thoughts on the episode and the video. If you want to see my review of episode 3 and my playlist containing my She-Hulk reviews is over here, and I'll see you guys on the next one.